We are going to be on Blade's Edge, and we don't see any switches on other teams, and they are wearing about the same gear. I haven't seen the life bars and mana bars change too much at the beginning of each match. So the gates are open, and looks like we will be following In Flames, who's a great person to watch on this team. He does such a great job switching his dots all over the place.
Yeah, so this is going to be the 4th round, I do believe, as 2-1 is the advantage to Nihilum here. But last round, so the kind of confidence advantage goes to that of x6, as we see both of the dual melee or cleave setup gets onto Inflame. That pet's going to take slow damage as well, so I would quite like to see Sylar to put up some sweeping strikes, or even, there we go, and a switch onto the Druid. Enhancement Shaman, though, not to be seen. And, well,
Kerkawala's playing very defensive now. Solar taking a lot of damage, down to 3,000 hit points already. Has some hots stuck on him already. Let's see. The Enhancement Shaman, which is probably going to be their next target, as you can see. Like I told you, they're going to stack up the dots, and then you're going to see the switch, which is what happened. Falcon is hamstring right now, which means the Warrior's going to be beating on his back. Pop Shamanistic Rage, which is going to reduce damage to him, but he's still taking a ton of damage.
He's going to need Nature Swiftness soon. You can see the Druid at the top there.
Getting feared. This can be trouble for Falcon right now. He doesn't have that healer to back up right now. Casting a Regrowth. It might land. Barely lands. Not enough health, though. It looks like he is going to go down.
Yeah, fantastic play. And actually, Inflame is dead at the same time. So it's actually a trade-off, as we were just following the health bar of Falcon. And both of them kind of sacrificing the Shaman there for the Warlock. And, well, it's going to be a classic 2v2 match. And it's Sylar at a very much disadvantage right now. So Paper Cat trying to keep him slowed with those piercing howls as he manages to catch that. There's an improved hamstring. He's going to be happy with that. Hitting on the back of Sylar, so there's no chances of dodging. And, well, we'll see how these will both play through. But
What's really funny is, as you can see on the top left-hand corner of your screen right now, one Druid is up on top. Kerkawala has the advantage in positioning, and they're going to be able to switch quickly onto
Look at
onto Solar.
Yeah, I'm just watching the Shaman. So, I mean, both of the mana's fine for the Druid, and this really is just turned into, it's almost reset to be like a 2v2 match. So we're going to be watching for switches onto the Druids, and also the Druids are going to have to help their Warriors stay on the Druids when they switch, we know, with Feral Charge and Bashes. So we need some really good kind of, I don't want to really follow Inflame because he is dead. So we're going to take some POV from Kerkawala then, and so they stack up. Here comes a Raph as well, trying to put as much damage. Oh, look at that. He jumps across and jumps back, and Sylar gets completely owned
Falls off the bridge.
Stream.
Seen that a couple times in tournaments. But no, that was an excellent play. It shows what kind of Druid he really is. You know, he's probably played 2v2s with a Warrior a lot, since that's what most Druids do.
Yeah.
So,
and Sylar taking a lot of damage at the moment, but he's going to be hotted up soon, and most of them just using life.
Now, since it is hard to see the names, Paper Cat is going to be the Gnome Warrior with the helm on, and Sylar is going to be the Gnome without the helm on. So an easy way to follow it. But it looks like Sylar is just not getting topped off like Paper Cat is. Kerkawala is actually stealthed, prowling up, trying to get in position to toss some Cyclones. Which he is. It's going to be a long match.
Well, the thing is about when you've got a Warrior Druid in a 2v2 situation, if they're both extremely good, it is so hard to get a kill. Because, you know, once you try and train that Druid or switch to him, they're gonna time their intercept. So once your intercept runs off, they intercept you, and then the Druid travel forms and gets away. So, I mean, there's so many little things that they need to do. They need to... I mean, if the Warrior loses the Druid, as I said, a Feral Charge and a Bash would be great, but then also intervening onto your Warrior, onto your Druid would get you back on. But Kerkawala actually going very low as he's trying to escape. Let's switch over to
Kerkawala down to 1,000 hit points right now.
I'll switch over to the Warrior. This is Sylar that was chasing Kerkawala, and actually they've cycloned him, so to allow the Warrior x6 Sylar to get back on him, and this could be very dangerous.
Wow, huge Nature Swiftness. 7,300 heal, goes to full.
And but still fantastic play, and that's how you should play offensive Druid. When one of you is going to run away, the other one should try and keep him in place for your warrior. And that's where
it's going to be a double cyclone right here. Cast at the same time. Paper Cat getting kind of low. Karakawala is going to have to toss out heals immediately, which he does. See him stacking up those life blooms.
Yeah, and I'm surprised they didn't just cyclone Paper Cat here to stop all that healing, and then maybe try and switch back on him and blow their intimidating shout to see if they can get a kill, or at least make him use his trinket.
Now, one of the things you can notice right now is that Karakawala was in a good position to sit down and drink, cut a couple ticks off, but Solar, who picks up that the sight buff, is now sitting down and drinking. So he did have, he was a little bit behind in the mana game because he didn't have that early drinks like Karakawala was getting, because now Paper Cat got right on top of Solar and interrupted its drinking. So Karakawala's up on the bridge right now. He was sitting down and drinking, trying to keep the other druid in combat. We do have Sylar, who mounted up and was trying to find that druid.
And Solar's going down to half health now, and he's going to be getting run down by Paper Cat, and this could be dangerous. I'm sure he might have his marked skin is up, and there comes a stun as well. Lucky for diminishing returns, he had one earlier to get away quite quickly as he was in travel form. He's going to be trying to hodge himself up, and in comes a bash, and he's going to go really, really low, and it looks like he could get a kill. In comes the Moonfire, and once again he gets saved by his warrior, and Solar manages to escape, but he's got a mana disadvantage now, and also obviously his health. You can see a cyclone on him, so he's going to come out with about 6k. Paper Cat waiting, timing, goes straight into bear form. A good piercing howl is going to keep Paper Cat off Solar's, and he lives to fight another day. But he really needs to get some drinks in soon, and he's just annoyingly... this is the horrible... when you play a warrior and you're in this situation, you just want to cut your wrists. But, I mean, chasing druids around pillars...
Yeah, the way the timing works on some of these abilities, it's really funny to watch. Warriors will actually mace stun a druid who has them rooted out of range, however that works.
Yeah. And you can actually see the third members of each team are both dead, but they're chasing around, I believe, the other team's druids to tell them where they constantly are, or at least try to. So we'll see. So Sylar then taking some damage, but Solar's did get that drink off, as you saw on the other side of the arena. So Warrior goes on Warrior, and both druids playing really, really defensively. You can see they're taking the position behind those pillars so they can just throw hots and avoid. And actually, now we have these focus frames. I would recommend sticking the druids. You want to stick the druids in like kind of a focus frame, but then also macro target focus frame and cast intercept. So if those druids are too quick around those pillars with the sneak out, sneak in life blooms, you can still get them with your macro, because obviously humans probably don't react that fast. But I'd imagine Sylar doesn't actually have those macros since he's mouse clicking his stances.
So Karakawala is a step ahead of Sylar right now, and it doesn't look like he's under too much pressure. Mortal Strike on him with that Innervate on top of him, and both druids actually are going to be going up back to full mana because they don't have any way to remove the Innervate.
A Cyclone on Solar's would have been perfect, but actually an intercept by Sylar is saving his druid. But look at that stun as he gets put into Cyclone. A bit unlucky, but a travel form away, and well, he's going to want to slow the warrior of Sylar.
This is pretty amusing because the druids are going in opposite directions right now, and the warriors are following the druids. So it might be a little confusing to watch at home, but there's a bit of gear difference, luckily. And Karakawala is choosing to use a bit more PvE gear, has that Vash Mace equipped, with Solar using the Arena Mace. Now Solar just stood back and got that the Shadow Sight buff, which is going to help a bit when the druid goes to sit down and drink. He's going to be able to find him instantly. Paper Cat sitting at about half life, only with the life blooms on him for heals.
And finally, an offensive Cyclone comes in onto Paper Cat and grabs the last tick of the life bloom load to give him